think in about mid '86, we were touring, doing co-headlining with John Waite, from the Babies.
Yeah.
When he was doing I Ain't Missing You at All. That tour. What great songs. And I used to listen to the band do their sound check. And it was Frankie LaRocca on drums and John Regan on bass, Arthur Stead on keyboards. And I was going, wow, they sound great, because I love John Waite's vocals. Yeah. So one time after their sound check, I just went right up to John Regan. He was walking into the arena because we were playing this pretty big place. And I walked up to John and I said, hey, I'm Tod Howarth. I play keyboards for Cheap Trick. I love the way you sound. Your bass tone is amazing. And so, yeah, I know who you are. I've been watching you sing up there. So we got to talking, and he learned that I could play. I told him, I'm actually a guitar player. I'm a lead singer, songwriter, and I've been playing keyboards first, but playing keyboards for Cheap Trick. Yeah. So he said, "That's amazing." He said, "I'm working on a project right now." So I really can't tell you who it is, but I'm working on a project that you might be fitted for someone like you if the styles mesh. So we exchanged information. And we talked through the rest of the tour. And then after we had a break on the tour, and John had called me and said, hey, this is who it is. It's Ace Frehley from Kiss, and it's a band called Frehley's Comet. We've got 5 members, and we want to consolidate down to 4 members.
Oh, okay.
And we'd like you to come audition. So I managed to have my travel agent, who booked my flights for a Cheap Trick, I had him fly me out to New York prior to a day of going to the next leg on a Cheap Trick tour, and I auditioned for John, Ace, and Anton was in the studio, and I think it wasn't SIR, but some studio in New York. I forget. I think it was a recording studio.
Yeah, it was Anton Fig on drums, right?
Yeah, Anton Fig.
Yeah,
and it was great. I've never seen Ace without makeup, but because I never really followed him. And then the band was good, but it was a small room. But I was like, wow, it's pretty pounding. Then the material wasn't quite what I wanted to do, but it's still a business move, and I thought it could work. And Ace, he liked me, and the band liked me, or the guys did. But Ace wasn't too sure of me because I wasn't a wild lead player. I mean, I can play leads, but mine are pretty much melody and stuff. But so I went back out toward Cheap Trick, and John said, "Hey, come on back and do some other stuff, do some leads, and do this, do that." So I did the second thing. Another time I flew out and auditioned the second time, and that's when Ace said, "Yeah, I think the guy will work," and that's how I get into Frehley's Comet. And I went into the studio in January of 1987. To finish up the album they had already started recording, which was Frehley's Comet.
So you sang on that album also?
I think I sang about 3 songs. I sang Breakout. I think Something Moved. And I can't remember what the other song was. I don't even have the records here with me. But and I contributed either 1 or 2 songs. And of course, I got a little bit more involved for Second Sighting. But yeah, the album had already been in the process of being recorded.
Is that the album that Eddie Trunk got signed?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Eddie Trunk, yeah, he got it signed, and that was the album that
Megaforce? No.
No, Megaforce. It was Megaforce Records.
Oh, okay.
Distributed by Atlantic.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but I'm kind of having a brain fart here, thinking of the producer, Eddie Kramer. Jeez.
Oh, Eddie Kramer.
Eddie Kramer. He did the first that record, and they had already started recording it, and I went in and embellished, and I added some stuff, guitars and vocals, background, and some lead vocals, and it was a fun record. A lot of fun.
It's a great record. You also were on the second one, right?
Second Sighting came out. Before that came out, we had a live +1 recording with Anton Fig, back in the band for 2 weeks because Anton Fig couldn't tour with the original Frehley's Comet because he got the job with David Letterman's show. And that would go on to last him for over 30 years. So it was a smart move on Anton Fig to stay with Letterman. So we got Billy Ward, not from Sabbath, but another Billy Ward who's a very good drummer. But he and John, butt heads on that. John finally told him, you're out, and he got Jamie Aldaker to come back in the band. But before that, we did 2 weeks with Anton Fig and recorded live +1. And that was released as, like a live EP.
Yeah.
Then the record company wants to release another record, which I thought was too soon. And Ace wasn't ready, writing all the songs. And he was sick a lot through that recording. So I had a lot of songs ready to go, including the song It's Over Now, which is a power ballad. And so we recorded that record primarily a lot with Ace not being there a lot because he didn't have the songs ready. We were trying to meet the deadline for the record company, and he was sick a lot. But I mean, he didn't really protest it. He just wasn't there. And because John and I pushed to get the song, the album out, people had the conception that we were trying to take over the band, which was nowhere near the case. It was just the way things were.
But what was the? I saw some. I didn't see the video. I read a video of you that Atlantic Records wanted to drop you off the band of Release Comet.
Oh yeah. Well, what had happened is, after we were on tour with Iron Maiden, and the second sighting was already out, and they had a couple singles, and it was doing okay. We were on tour with Iron Maiden. Unfortunately, it wasn't planned very well financially. And that wasn't my fault. I didn't have anything to do with that. But I guess I could have stepped in and said, hey, we're spending way too much money. We ran out of money and damn near went bankrupt on that tour, so we had to leave. And in the process of that falling apart, the label thought, let's get the band back in and do another record, but let's have Ace write and sing everything and not have Tod do any of that. So I guess they kind of blamed it on me to a degree, which, maybe it was partly that perspective was the fault. I don't know. It was primarily the Ace fans wanted to see Ace and Ace styled material. I get that. I mean, even more so now. But back then, for me, at that point, I had 3 children and a family and a house, and I'm going, how am I going to support myself if I can't write songs? And then if I'm not even singing them, that's, just a slap in the face to me.
Yeah.
So that's when I decided, look, I called Ace up and I said, Ace, I can't stay. I'm going to have to, try my luck and strike out and try to get a solo deal and put another band together because I'm screwed if I can't make any money.
Yeah.
Publishing or otherwise. And he understood it. He said, I understand. I wish you wouldn't go, but, I understand what you have to do. And that's exactly what happened.
Yeah. You're still great with Ace, right?
Ace and I mean, when we see each other, which is not very often anymore, we're fine. I don't have a problem with him. He doesn't have a problem with me. We haven't talked to each other in years. Well, last time I saw him was, I think we did a show in Miami when I was with 4x and then we had Return of the Comet with Richie Scarlett and Steve Budgie Werner, and we had, that was actually 4x. But anyhow, we had Ace come up and do a song with us, and the sound went bad, or there was a big debacle on there. Ace was irritated because he couldn't hear himself. That was primarily, I think, the last time I spoke with Ace, and or it may have been in one of the shows. We did a show with him. He was with his band at the Chance in New York, and I was with 4x. But we haven't really talked a lot at all.
Yeah,
Ace is doing what Ace wants to do, and That's his own solo band.
Yeah.